Right now at noon, a wrongful death lawsuit against Mercy Joplin. Why a widow said her husband should still be alive.
We've still got scattered showers and thunderstorms, flooding concerns, and that severe threat is still there. We'll look at all of that coming up.
Plus, Neosho officials put disaster funding to good use to address the city's flooding problems.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, this is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. Thunderstorms ripped through the 4 states this morning and more are expected. Let's go straight to Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've had thunderstorms push through. Nothing severe as of yet, but we've had a number of our own concerns with heavy rainfall and flooding. It's a live look from downtown Pittsburgh. It's still dark, still dreary. And from MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline, same situation. It's dark, dreary. We've got showers. We still have a few rumbles of thunder. Here's a look at our severe threat updated just about 20-30 minutes ago. We still have that tornado risk now down in extreme southern Benton and Delaware counties. The level 3 out of 5 risk has been added, and unfortunately those hatch marks have been added. That means the possibility of a significant tornado, but this is on the extreme southern fringes of our area. This is going to be further south into parts of northwest Arkansas and northeast Oklahoma. So while the threat is not as great for us, if you know anyone down there, you just want to let them know they need to be weather aware over the next few hours with this severe potential. We still have the low to scattered, or the isolated to scattered hail risk and the isolated to scattered wind risk. No change to the hail or wind risk areas out there for large hail and damaging winds. We also have this flood advisory. And then near Cassville, Missouri 86, just southeast of Cassville, is closed due to flash flooding. So that's why we have this flood advisory. Flood watches otherwise have been scaled back a bit across the area, just into Crawford, Cherokee counties in Kansas, and then parts of southwest Missouri, northeast Oklahoma, and of course down into Benton County in Arkansas. Skywatch Storm Tracker, still scattered showers, few thunderstorms out there, which you can see. We got some heavier rain, hence some of these flooding concerns down into Berry County, Benton County as well. All of this activity continuing to push off roughly to the east, almost northeast, and we're waiting new development that's expected to take place in the next couple of hours and bring us some more chances for strong to severe thunderstorms. But here's why the severe threat's greater down south. You saw at the beginning of that map before it zoomed in, those oranges, temperatures are warmer down there. Not as much rain, not as much cloud cover, a little more unstable air. But we still have unstable air in our area. Even though we're only in the upper 60s, low 70s, we still have that chance for thunderstorms out there. And some of them, again, could be strong to potentially severe. Thunderstorms will continue even into the overnight hours. But once we get past about 8, 9 o'clock, that's when we see the severe threat begin to wind down. We transition to just scattered storms going into the upper 60s by 11. We'll talk more about our thunderstorm chances for the rest of today into the evening and tomorrow's rain chances here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. And a heads up for residents in Wyandotte, Oklahoma. The downtown siren was struck by lightning and may not sound. Wyandotte police say the strike actually caused the siren to explode. Crews may still try to test it, but it's unlikely to work. This only affects the downtown area, and police are urging residents to not rely on it for warnings and to make sure you have other alerts for warnings. We have a full list of resources on how to stay weather aware on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. A local widow is suing Mercy Joplin over the death of her husband. Court documents show Julia Johannes claims doctors failed to properly treat and diagnosed Nicholas Johannes, who died earlier this year from internal bleeding. The lawsuit says Nicholas underwent a routine procedure at Mercy Springfield where an artery was perforated but not identified. He collapsed shortly after and was taken to Mercy Joplin but was discharged. 2 days later, Nicholas returned with dropping blood levels. His family pushed for a CT scan, but the petition says doctors refused. He was admitted, later given an anticoagulant, and moved to the ICU as his condition worsened. A CT scan eventually revealed massive internal bleeding. A surgeon tried to transfer him back to Springfield, but Nicholas died during the flight. KOAM has reached out to Mercy for comment, but has not heard back. You can read the full details of the lawsuit on our website. That's, of course, KOAMnewsnow.com. And 4 soldiers are dead after a Black Hawk helicopter crashed near Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington State last week. Among the victims is Chief Warrant Officer Andrew Culley from Sparta, Missouri. The 35-year-old trained at Camp Crowder in Neosho during his early 20s and graduated from the Missouri National Guard's Air Assault School in 2012. Cully was commissioned as an Army aviation officer from Missouri State University in 2013. All 4 soldiers were part of the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment when their helicopter crashed during a routine training flight last Wednesday. And the city of Neosho receives a nearly $2 million grant from the state of Missouri to improve flood-prone areas. The city is one of 15 Missouri communities receiving grants totaling more than $16 million from the state's Community Development Block Grant Program. KOAM's Blake Gully shows us how this funding will impact the Neosho community.
Over the years, Neosho has been hit by storms that left several parts of the city underwater. Thanks to the Community Development Block Grant Program, the city plans to build new retention ponds to slow down stormwater and help reduce flooding.
These ponds will help reduce the flooding along one of our main business areas, the Neosho Boulevard, along with some other projects that we're working on the other end of that floodplain.
Businesses in this area have seen firsthand how the water behind me can overflow and cause issues. And city officials believe the new retention ponds will help ease the impact in the future.
When we do these, what would normally be maybe let's just say a 50-foot channel, if we can get that channel to only fill 25 of those 50 feet, well, everything in those 25 feet on either that are now outside the floodplain no longer has to have flood insurance.
The improvements are welcome news for Neosho Christian School, which has also dealt with the floodwaters.
It's come all the way up to this gravel area before, and we have a hard time with our ditch that's back here flooding, and then the debris will back up. We have to call the city to come out and clean it up, and so it'll just help our area look a lot better.
The new retention ponds aim to improve both the safety and the look of Neosho. Reporting from Neosho, Missouri, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
Now, the city of Neosho is currently in the early stages of planning and hopes to have the project complete by July of 2026. And authorities in Galena, Kansas offer an update to a landfill story we brought you about a year ago. Last year, several people in Galena complained about a bad smell coming from a landfill in the area. The KDHE and the EPA investigated the source of the smell and ways to reduce it. Authorities say as a result of the investigation, lime was added to the landfill to mitigate the smell, and that addition has proved successful. The plan now is to monitor any reduction in detectable odor and to resume layering the area with lime treatment when the odor becomes noticeable. Authorities also say even when the odor is noticeable, they have yet to detect any harmful levels. And coming up, new educational opportunities come to Pitt State in the form of 2 new degree programs focused on supply chains. And later, we're making grilled cheese tomato bake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. More than 200 companies from across the Midwest packed into Pittsburgh State's Crossland Technology Center this morning for this year's Company Days. The annual event connects students in programs like construction, engineering, technology, automotive, and graphic communications with industry leaders.
All these top-end professional companies, these are national. This is like a who's who of construction companies. They get to come in here and talk to these new freshmen, tell them who they are, what they're doing, and right away our freshmen just click. They go, wow, this is amazing.
Students had the chance to network face-to-face with company representatives while businesses got to showcase what they do and recruit top-tier talent. Pittsburgh State University unveiled 2 new Bachelor of Science degree options yesterday. Students can now choose between industrial distribution, focusing on the technology side of the industry. The other option is supply chain management. It zeroes in on the process of procurement and sourcing, logistics, and distribution. According to PSU, the median starting salary is over $70,000.
But getting a product from its inception, from the raw materials to us as final consumers, is a critical element, and it's complex and it's interesting and it's fun. It's a big part of what moves this country.
Both options are a 4-year degree and are open for enrollment next semester. And the Joplin Health Department looks to make the community a little bit healthier. 104 beats per minute. The department is offering CPR classes for the public through December. Now, these 3 CPR classes will be held each month for people of all skill levels. In addition to hands-on CPR, the department will also offer training in the use of an automated defibrillator. For more information, including schedule and how to register, just head over to our website. Of course, that's KOAMNewsNow.com. And still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Soup that you can eat without a spoon? It's possible with today's dish that makes grilled cheese and tomato soup way more fun to eat.
And we're continuing to track thunderstorm chances across the area, not just today, but into tomorrow as well. And there's still a severe threat this evening. We're going to have a look at your forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. We had a very stormy start to the day, a lot of lightning with those storms, but no severe alerts for us this morning. But that could still change as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. Let's start with the live look downtown Pittsburgh. Again, we've got those dark skies. We have some scattered showers and storms continuing to push through, and thunderstorms as well. So we'll start right around Pittsburgh, actually, where we've got some heavier rain, some thunderstorms building in there from Frontenac back toward Girard. We've got some heavy rain south of Jasper, a few light showers around Joplin, Galena, Baxter Springs, Riverton, down toward Neosho and Seneca. And then a reminder that we've got Missouri 86 over here just to the south of Cassville that is closed due to flooding. You can see the bulk of this heavier thunderstorm is beginning to move out of Berry County, but nonetheless dumped a lot of rain out there. A few scattered showers across parts of northeastern Oklahoma and southeast Kansas, gradually beginning to clear out just a bit as all this activity continues to push off roughly to the east-northeast out there. We are still awaiting additional development of scattered showers and storms, and some of these still could be severe. The worst of it, though, now looks to be down to our south, across parts of northwestern Arkansas, northeastern Oklahoma, but just outside of our area, but it comes close. You can see the numerous, that's a level 3 out of 5 on the tornado risk in extreme southern Delaware County and Benton County, and then those hatch marks also indicating the potential for a strong tornado. Again, the worst of it is confined just south of us, but that is close, with initiation expected still right along the I-44 corridor. We still have the level 1 and 2 out of 5 risks for large hail out there. The one thing that really didn't change all that much is the wind risk. It's still right along and south of I-44 for those damaging wind gusts, that level 2 out of 5 and level 1 out of 5 up north of that point. So we'll have the shower storms begin to clear out, and you can see right here south of I-44 within the next couple of hours we're expecting thunderstorm initiation. This is when those storms are going to really fire up, and you can see how robust they look, especially going into Benton County, and they'll push off to the southeast with this low and the warm front that's out there. It's approaching. What we have to also watch, though, around 3 or 4 is right up through here along the 54 corridor, another line of storms that's expected to develop, and that's why we have that lower end severe threat that lifts further north, getting close to Fort Scott, Nevada, Parsons, including Pittsburgh, Joplin, Lamar. That lower threat's up here because this line, once it gets going, could intensify just enough that while the risk would be isolated with these storms, it would bring an attendant severe threat as it pushes off to the south and east through the evening hours. So by 7, we're Stockton, Lamar, Joplin, Miami, Veneta. Some of these storms could still be strong to low-grade severe as they push off to the southeast. And once we reach about 9 o'clock, really, our severe threat is pretty well done. Now, we'll still have scattered showers and thunderstorms continuing through the overnight hours and into our Wednesday, with coverage gradually picking up a bit as we head into Wednesday afternoon and evening. But at this time, we do not have any severe risk areas highlighted for tomorrow, which is definitely good news. But we have thunderstorm chances that will continue until the late evening hours on our Wednesday. As we head overnight and into early Thursday morning, that activity should start to clear out of here. And we'll get a break from some of that rain and start to clear out as we head into our Thursday. And a reminder, we do have the flood advisory. We have a new one now for Benton County. We have another one for parts of Jasper, Newton, McDonald, Berry, and southern Lawrence counties out there. This is, again, a lot of this is concerning over some flash flooding, and just some general flooding can take place from all that heavy rain from those storms early. So remember, turn around, don't drown. We also have those flood watches continuing through tomorrow in the darker green colors that you see here. So just take it easy, be smart, be safe, and be be weather aware over the next about 6-7 hours out there. We'll still make about the mid-70s for most of us today. Mid-70s tomorrow, upper 70s on Thursday, and we'll go low mid-80s into the weekend, hang out in the upper 70s and low 80s as we roll into the next work week. But here in the next few hours, definitely some storms we want to keep an eye on. We're not quite done yet. We want to make sure we're staying weather aware.
All right, just a few more days and then it looks great.
It does really indeed. It looks pretty good after this.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, stick around. We're making grilled cheese tomato bake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, today's Mr. Food recipe is a creative concoction meant to be a twist on a comfort food classic. Howard is showing us how to make grilled cheese and tomato bake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When I think of classic lunch combos, the first thing that comes to mind is a grilled cheese sandwich and a bowl of tomato soup. Because there's something about those two that makes them go so great together. Well, today we've got a twist that turns these two comfort foods into one steaming hot casserole that's hard to resist. All we have to do is butter some thick slices of French bread and put them on a baking sheet. We'll bake them until both sides are golden. Once they're done, we put half of them in a baking dish and cover them with plenty of shredded cheddar cheese. Then we top them with the other slices, making what looks like sandwiches. Now, on top of that, we pour a can of tomato soup that we mix with a little milk. Then it goes in the oven. After it bakes for about 20 minutes, we'll pull it out and sprinkle on more cheese before popping it back in the oven till it's all melty. All that cheesy goodness combined with the flavor of the classic tomato soup makes this a favorite for kids and grown-ups alike. Skip the spoon, because you're going to want to eat this grilled cheese and tomato soup bake with a knife and fork. As always, the recipe's online so you can whip up this new family favorite for lunch or dinner. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where every day we're looking for a cheesier way. A cheesier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Of course, you can find this recipe for grilled cheese and tomato bake, along with a lot more good and comforting food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. All you have to do is visit our website. That's, of course, KOAMNewsNow.com under the Mr. Food tab. Now, let's take a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, scattered showers and storms ongoing now. More expected in the next 2 or 3 hours across the area, and some of those, again, could be strong to severe. Scattered storms overnight into Wednesday. Not expecting anything severe with that. Mid-70s through Thursday, warming up as we head into the weekend. Just make sure you stay weather aware through the rest of this evening.
Absolutely, Chris. Thanks. And Dow, welcome back. Happy to have you back. What do you have for us later tonight?
Yeah. Lots coming up at 5. For starters, it's Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, a reminder of the importance of screening and early detection. We're going to look at new efforts designed to better inform men about the disease and catch it sooner. Plus, we're going to visit a new homeless shelter opening in Joplin, and Higher Power Garage announces an endowment fund. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up today. KOAM News at 5.
All right, Dow, thanks. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.